Welcome, everybody. This is Elba Cologne coming to you from Westerville, Ohio. I'm playing some music in the background here. Let's give it a couple seconds here before we get started. This is Peter Gabriel, In Your Eyes. You ready?
I'm ready.
All righty, gang. This is Elba Cologne. I am a transformational mindset coach, facilitator, and podcaster. I'm excited to share with you a special guest today, which is Giovanny Garcia here. He is the business owner of I was going to say Giovanny Garcia, but he is the business owner of Garcia's Auto Care here in Westerville, Ohio. So let's give him hands and tell him thank you. We're going to have so much fun because we have this unique relationship that all we do is kind of laugh and make jokes. And it's always an inside kind of joke kind of thing we always have. But Giovanni, it's not just us. We got to share the jokes with the world, okay?
Okay. If they are open-minded.
Right. You got to be open-minded. Alrighty, well, Giovanni, I'm excited really to spend this time with you. I have known Giovanni for many years. And one of the things I know about Giovanni is that you have an extraordinary story, like a story of courage, boldness, power. I mean, you have so much, and he doesn't brag about himself. Like, it's okay. You let us know, because I promise you right now, I have people from Hawaii, the Philippines. I have people from Japan who are watching this, and you're gonna make so much difference out there in the world with both men and women with your story, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, what we're going to talk about here is gratitude. Tonight is Gratitude Friday, and the reason I do this show, Giovanni, is because I don't feel like not enough people talk about gratitude. And see, the whole point of the show is to bring awareness, respect, and value to gratitude. Because, the way I don't know about you, but I just feel like when people talk about gratitude, they say it like it's a job, like a chore. They don't mean it. I don't want to say they mean it, but it sounds like, yeah, I'm a Christian, so therefore I'm grateful because that's the right thing I'm supposed to do. Or I'm a good person, so that's the right thing to do, is to be grateful, rather than being intentional. So there are people like you whose lives is a reflection of gratitude, So if you haven't read the post, this gentleman over here he was telling me the story a little bit, so he's going to go into it a little bit more. But when your childhood, just the fact that he was homeless by the time he was 12 and a half years old. I have a 12-year-old. I cannot imagine. In the streets of LA for 7 years, and today here you are, a business owner, a successful business owner. You're married with a beautiful wife who's beautiful inside and out, and you have a daughter, and you have extended children, your nieces. So tell us.
Hey, don't forget about the Yorkies.
Oh, the Yorkies, right, of course. Oh my gosh, the fur babies.
Yeah.
Fur babies. Yeah. So tell us, enough of me. Let's talk about you now. Tell us, let's first start out, what does gratitude mean to you?
Well, to me, it's not like you said in the very beginning. A lot of people talk about it, but I think you have to live it in order to be thankful and to have that. That gratitude that you receive from other people. Like when I was homeless, I was rescued by a gentleman who, of course, passed away already years ago. But this gentleman rescued me from the streets, and he taught me how to work on semis. So, him rescue me, bring him into his house, that means a lot. And because what he did, to me, I'm able to use that towards other people.
Oh.
Basically, what he gave me basically is to pass it along, not to keep it for myself.
Oh.
That is my act of gratitude, of kindness, whichever word you want to use. But and I just use it as a daily basis because it's something very special that someone gives to you for you not to keep. Even sometimes as a human beings, we don't use it in our own personal lives, which is very, very sad, and it's very normal with a lot of us. But I use it with every single customer who comes here. They're always thankful for what I do for them because they always know that I will go to the extra mile to make my job the best that I can. Not because of me, but because of them. And I get in the mail, I get a lot of thank you cards from customers that we're so thankful for you with what you do for us. Those are the kind of things that gets me going. And all the I don't know. It just said the word gratitude. I know we use that, but for me, it's like I have too many words that I cannot even describe. The thankfulness, the appreciation for every single thing. And for me, it's not for me to keep it; it's for me to give it away, to pass it along to others. If I keep it to myself, it's kind of selfish. And
Can you guys hear this? Because this is some real good stuff. There's a couple of y'all watching. Could you either give it a like button or type in there that, yes, you can hear Garcia talking?
They probably will say no. I don't speak very loud.
I know, that's why I want to make sure that they can hear. Can you? I want to make sure that they can hear us. Okay, wonderful. Okay. Well, Garcia, your wife calls you Garcia, so I'm going to go ahead with the Garcia. You said a lot of good stuff there that I have interviewed a lot of people and I haven't heard nobody say what you said behind the lines. And what I hear you said that when you was a homeless child, right, from the time you was 12 years old to the time like 7 years later, you was rescued by a man who brought you to his house, taught you how to fix semis, right? Trained you, taught you. And because of that one act, and this is what's so beautiful you said, because of this one act that this man did, he caused inside of you like to ensure that you keep on paying it forward, and it caused a ripple effect through you just because of that one big act, just because that one act rescued. And you know what I also hear, I'm going to try to say this without crying, but what you're doing I don't think you realize what you just said. Because of this one act, which is the source of you with that continuous act of paying forward. What you did for this man is created a legacy. Because of him and what you're doing now, he has created a legacy through you, and you are now creating a legacy through others.
I never thought of that way.
Yeah.
No, don't make me emotional. Well, sometimes I don't really like to talk about my story because I can get emotional to that. And, I never thought of that way, having a legacy, because even if he had his own kids, but they never did what he was doing. So basically, some stranger took over and learned and keeps working with what he taught me. And with that, I've been able to really train other good auto mechanics. So far, I passed that along to 10 other guys. So I guess I guess it is, right?
Yeah, it is. That's pretty deep, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's really deep. And you know what's interesting about that is that everybody talks about paying it forward, right?
Mhm.
Everybody pays it forward. So it's interesting what pay it forward could mean. It could be that somebody bought me a coffee and therefore I buy somebody else a coffee and that person buys somebody's coffee. Does that mean I'm not going to do it again until somebody pays me a cup of coffee? Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Whereas you, with that gentleman who rescued you, which that's a big word. Like I don't hear people say, I was rescued. That's huge. Because when I think of rescue, I think of someone drowning on a lake, on the water, and they're like, help, help.
Right.
And someone pulled them out. And you're using that same terminology to say, help, help. And this man reached out and he pulled you out and you was rescued. So what I hear you saying is that through that one act of kindness, through that one rescue, you literally have an ongoing fountain of continuously to be continuously walking in that gratitude, which is through your act of kindness, your everyday living.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it keeps moving me forward. It's sometimes I feel like the more I do it, the more energized I get. It kind of like I'm giving, but at the same time, it fits me. It makes me it makes me to keep going. And some days I just keep going and keep going. And I don't realize that I do a lot of work, and I just don't get exhausted or anything like that because of that. But you're bringing a lot of things out that I never thought of that way. But now it's making me think.
Mm-hmm.
But don't mess with my mind.
Well, I'm glad that there's some awareness right there.
Mm-hmm.
There's awareness. What you said there. I mean, you said it twice already. You said that through your customers,
Mm-hmm.
which your customer recognize that they can see that, and they send you gifts and thank you cards to give back. And then what does that do? That just like feed you,
Mm-hmm.
energize you. Just I want to keep on keeping on. I think that's what attracted Terry about you.
No.
I love you guys. I won't tell her that, even though she's watching.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's.
So when you say you are through your customers, like what do you do extra in, how do you show that act of kindness with your customers?
Well, I do whatever it takes or whatever I can, because people comes over here because they want to be serviced. They do not want to be take advantage. So, and they know that I talk to them, I tell them what it needs to be done. What can we do at this point? What cannot do at this point? What they can wait, and they appreciate because I'm a very upfront, and I can tell them, well, your car, it may not be worth it to fix it. Period. Bottom line, because I can fix it, but at the same time, I'm lying to you because I'll be fixing it, and I know in my inside that your car is going to break down. And that's one of the things that they appreciate about what I do. And that's one of the things that I always look forward. I'm doing the best that I can for others, not just for the business. Yeah, I'm here running a business and everything. I got to make a living. But if I just focus into making a living, I'm not going to last for too long.
Oh, nice.
To me, it's about serving others.
Mm-hmm.
Even that you're, after serving you, it has a price, but I will do it with whatever I can, the best that I can.
Right. So I hear what you say through service comes with honesty.
Mm-hmm.
When you service your customer, you let them know exactly what's going on, how long it's going to take,
Mm-hmm.
and they appreciate that about you.
Yeah, because I don't do it like other shops. You go somewhere and then they give you, like, I'm gonna use this. You go to somewhere for an oil change, and the next thing you know, they give you $3,000 in repairs.
Right.
Without you, it was not near in your mind that you knew that you had a lot of issues with your car.
Mm. You said something there, like as a woman, like my husband will not let me take my car anywhere. You're a woman and you don't know nothing. I go, "Well, it's okay. I'm not offended by that."
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of single moms out there. There are a lot of single ladies out there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find that a lot of your female customers come back to you?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And normally, like, I just had a single mom that I did something for her, and I was not expecting. And this lady, nearly 2 weeks ago, I did something for her, and I made her cry. And a week later, I had new customers, 5 new customers in 1 week.
Wow.
For what I did.
Wow.
I don't ask for that. I just do what I think I need to do.
Wow.
And my reward is the word of mouth.
Mm.
People talking about me, how I do things. And of course, I'm not going to make every single person happy.
Right.
It's always going to be one.
Right.
But
Right.
that's in every endeavor in life.
Right. Right. Exactly. Well, that's big to say that you had a single mom that came on board, you serviced her, and she was so satisfied she brought you 5 more customers.
Mm-hmm.
So just a minute ago, I said, what your customers through honesty, through servicing comes with your honesty too. One of the things I know about you on a personal level, and I didn't even meet you in here, I just met you through mutual friends, that I wrote down here is your integrity. Like you hold a standard of character and integrity, and I think I don't think that's attractive on you because people are looking for honesty.
Mm-hmm.
People are looking for integrity. People are looking for, a man of character. And I'm sure it goes right back to when you was rescued. Let me ask you this, going back to the story, because we want to stay focused on gratitude.
Okay.
How is it, and I don't even know this, so I'm asking, are you sorry about those 7 years, or have you overcome those 7 years, or that's part of your life, you accept it, you moved on, or what is it your takeaway of those 7 years, and how did gratitude play a role in overcoming that?
Gratitude takes place on that in those 7 years because, it's always a question. I went through that stage in life for 7 years, but I learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I learned a lot through those 7 years, and those 7 years have made the person that I am.
That's good.
At the same time, and actually, I think I talked to my wife some time ago about the question is still there. What if? What if I would have been that normal teenager, normal human being growing up with your parents, going to school? What if? What if that would have been there for me? I don't know where I would be.
Oh, that's good.
I always ask that question.
Wow.
Where I would be right now? That I would be a professional? I could be dead, or I could be doing some other things. Not proud of myself, but I think those 7 years. I owe a lot to those 7 years because that I went through, of course, living in the streets in part, starving, learn how to fight in order to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I been living as a homeless. That's when I became an underground fighter and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I owe a lot to those 7 years.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I just want to cry
Don't-
because a lot of us, a lot of people, we look at our past and we look at our past sometimes with grief,
Mhm,
loss of time.
mhm.
And if we really focus like what's happening today at this moment, we would appreciate what did happen so that we are where we at today.
And that's one of the things I am very thankful for that
Wow.
because even that I only went to my a lot of people don't know, but my level of education is only elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know. But I don't feel sorry for myself
Mm.
because all, like I said, going back to the 7 years, that's how thankful that I am into that because that's what pushed me forward to keep moving forward. Learn a lot about life, pain, everything that you can imagine that any human being can. And I don't think just a regular human being can handle what I went through in 7 years.
Right.
And you're right. A lot of people, we grow up with anger, grief about this, grief about that. But the reality is, we just have to look at the positive as a positive energy.
Mm.
We have to go through life in order to learn about our whatever mistakes, whatever happened to us, and that's who's gonna really make us
Wow.
who what God wants us to be.
Right.
You know.
Wow.
So
That was a lot to take in because now I'm sitting here processing. If anybody have any questions or comments to make, feel free to make a comment, ask a question because I'm taking in this story and I'm processing it because I never looked at it that way. I've heard it many times, but for whatever reason, because I know who you are, it's really landing on me real heavy.
yeah, and it's messing with my brain. I don't like to really remember too much about my past, but because I can get I don't I get sad and sometimes so emotional, so to speak,
Right.
because I don't know. It just I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah.
I don't think I would change if a lot of people use this to if I was able to go back in time I would do this. No, I think I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
I think I would do the same thing if I was able to go back in time. I don't think I had nothing to fix.
You know what that's doing? Like when I'm looking at even my own life as you're speaking, I can feel even me like a closure. Like is that how you lived your life? Like yes, I went through those 7 years and I am grateful for it, but I get to move on forward with my own life. And the way I repay back is to continuously act on kindness for this man, in honor of this man who rescued me, to just keep on keeping on. Wow. Guys, anybody who's watching this, please like, comment, and share. There are hurting people all around the world, I promise you, okay? Because you guys who follow me know how emotional I get. More people get to hear this man's story because you don't know if someone's past is affecting their future, their present now, and they need to hear this man's story so that they can close their story in the back, be in gratitude for their past, and say thank you, close the door, and be at the present and move on. Okay, so please share this. Gosh, So we already been in here like 24 minutes, okay? And you said a whole lot there. I kind of want to move on, but we're going to wrap it up unless there's something else that you want to share.
Well, I think the only thing I can share with people or with anyone is like whatever past you have, whatever, just use it for you keep moving forward. Use it and take those pieces, the ones that you think those pieces that make you, they hurt you in life.
Yeah.
But those are the ones that are going to make you stronger.
Right.
That's basically,
So today, besides through your act of kindness and servicing your customers, is there anything else that you do on a routine basis to be in gratitude? Like, do you have a gratitude journal, or do you pray? Do you meditate? Is there some sort of gratitude practice you have, or just servicing, just act of kindness?
No, I don't write anything. Sometimes I don't pray all the time. But one of the things that I do is sometimes I stay here at the shop by myself with everything being silent. And I just think about what God has done in my life.
Yeah.
And I spend a lot of time. I give God 5 minutes. So
I can say, God say, okay, geez, thanks.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
you my boy.
Yeah. No, but I have to reflect on that.
Right.
Because I'm not here because I'm great, I'm awesome, and this and that.
Right.
No, God has given me the strength. I basically became a Christian when I was 33. But one thing I always said, even that I was on the streets, even that I was hungry, I was sleeping under the rain, getting beat up or beating people up when I used to fight, God was always available for me, but I was not available for Him until the day came, until it was the day that He wanted me to basically, I think He wanted me to go through those things in order for Him to make the call. And that's so He always been available, but I was not available.
He kept you alive long enough.
Okay, I tell you, the way my life was going, I didn't even. I thought by the age of 30, I was going to be completely gone.
By the age of 30? Wow.
The way my life was going.
And this was in LA. Wow. When you say you was homeless, were you homeless by yourself, or your parents were around? It's just you yourself?
I didn't want to live with anyone in the house. I mean, my mom left me when I was like 8 years old. I met my dad when I was 17 for the first time. No, I was homeless, but I was not homeless. I was surrounded with other homeless.
Oh my God, that's not funny, but that is funny.
Yeah.
It's okay because you were there.
Yeah. We were tight.
Right. Actually, that's interesting. You said that, believe it or not, when I heard your story, I have a friend, which I'm going to share this to her personally. Her son ran away from here, Ohio, and literally went to LA. And I don't know, by some miracle, it's a huge miracle, she found him in that homeless shelter for teens, and it was bad, and brought him back home. So most definitely, I will share this story to her so she can show it to her son. So, well, with that being said, okay, I'm going to ask you these 3 questions that I ask everyone that I interview. Okay, so the first question is, what are you grateful for today? Like specifically, like very specific, and why? And then the third question I'll ask you afterwards. So what are you grateful for specifically in detail, and why?
What I am grateful for. Well, one of the things is I am grateful to be able to perform and do my job
Mm-hmm.
because that is one of the main things because that's how I can bring food at the table.
Mm-hmm.
Other thing, my wife, for example, I'm thankful for her, and she probably be laughing right now if she's watching, but good or bad,
That's funny because I was going to say, you're not just saying that to be
No.
nice.
she pushes me.
Mm-hmm.
She pushes me a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think that because I don't like to be pushed,
Mm-hmm.
but she pushes me to the extreme.
When you
But
say push, what's that mean? Because
push to do things to basically to do things that I'm always I'll do it later, I do this, just putting everything behind. But she's like, no, we got to do this, we got to do this. I guess I would say I'm thankful and grateful for she always reminding me even that I don't like it. But,
right. Yeah, she got a lot of energy.
Too much.
Yeah, she got some good stuff.
Yeah.
She got a lot of energy.
And
That's good.
she keeps pushing me, and I think that's. I don't see it every time, but I never tell her that I appreciate that.
Wow.
Because before I want to say something, I get annoyed. But
So then let me ask you this. So you're grateful for that you can perform, do your job because it supports you and bringing food to the family, right? Onto the table to support your family. And then second is you're grateful for your wife because she pushes you to move forward, right? We don't want it to sound bad. It's not a bad thing, but she's encouraged you to hold you high, to be successful, right? So why is that? If that you don't like it, why is that? Why do you appreciate that push?
well, I appreciate it because I'm a very laid back person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm that type of person. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take care of that later. I'll
Correct.
take care of that later. And she keeps moving forward. Like for example, remodeling. Here she's the one. Well, we got to do this. We got to do that. Okay. No, and in my head is I don't want to do any of that. But at the end, it gets done.
Right. So you appreciate your wife because she pushes you to move forward, right? In a good thing, not a bad thing. And because you're a laid back person to get things done. And because of that, things do get done.
Yeah.
Right? Things get done. So that's very good. So here's the third question to that. So remember your answers, okay? You said that you are grateful. Let's use your wife, for example. Instead of two, we'll say just this one thing. So you're grateful for your wife, Terry, because she pushes you, she encourages you to move forward to get things done. Even though it annoys you, you don't feel like doing it because you're a laid back kind of guy, you actually appreciate it because things do get done. You have a lot of accomplishments because of that support that she gives you. So that's what you're grateful for. Here is the third question, and let me explain this third question. Back in the day, when I used to practice personal self-development, in personal self-development, they always say, do your daily affirmations, right? Do your daily affirmations. I know you know what I'm talking about. And so I would say, I'm happy, I'm joy, I'm this. And I would say those daily affirmations. I would fake it till I make it because I didn't believe in myself. So what I discovered in my gratitude journal, that when one day I was looking at my gratitude journal and I noticed all my blessings. And I asked myself, why am I getting these blessings? Like all of a sudden I became really aware of these blessings. And then I thought, oh my gosh, of course, because I'm happy, I'm love, I'm joy, I'm strong, I am powerful, I'm compassionate. And nobody could deny those daily affirmations because my blessings is the proof and evidence of who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So now, back to you. Today you're grateful for your wife because she encouraged you to move forward, to get things done. And because of that, things are getting done. Because if it was up to you, it would not get done. Okay? It won't get done. Right? Eventually. But because of her, you have accomplished a lot of things, completed a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
What does that say about who you are? What does that affirm about who you are?
About who I am. So depending how your question is.
Well, it goes, your blessing is your wife
Mm-hmm.
because what she does for you. So what's that affirm about who you are?
Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's
I cannot answer that.
maybe, I don't know.
Only you can. Nobody in this world can answer that. Only you can.
No,
Because
that's-
this blessing affirm it. This is your blessing.
Well, that's a good question because you have asked me a couple of questions that I never been asked before,
Right.
and I'm like, okay, I don't want to sound arrogant.
It's okay. It's about you. This time it's about you, and it's okay.
I think I don't know if it is. I don't really know how to answer that honestly. No,
Say it in Spanish.
No, I don't either. That's even worse.
Too broken English.
Yeah. No, honestly, I don't.
Give me your best shot, and I'll guide you. What's coming up? What's coming up?
I don't know. I never been asked that, and I don't even know how to put it together.
Well, tell me what you hear in your head, and I'll write it down.
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry.
But how do you know? You do know because you said I don't want to sound arrogant. So that means there's something in your head that you heard that's making you believe if you say it out loud, you will be arrogant. So that's the thing you want to tell me, whatever it is that you heard.
Well, I guess I would say like that I'm a kind person.
Okay. What else?
That I have feelings towards people. That I care about people a lot, and
That sounds to me compassionate. What else? So remember, it applies to your blessing about your wife who moves you forward to get things done. What does that say about who you are? Your blessing is your wife who pushes you to move forward to get things done, and you appreciate that. Why is that blessing coming to you? So why?
I know I understand the question. I don't know the answers that how to put. Honestly, you put me in a very tough spot. But it sounds very. I mean, ask a lot of things because, like I said, I never been asked this question, and it's like going around my head, like going crazy. That I don't know how to put things together like that.
Well, just tell me the words, and I'll. So you would say, I am blank. So that's the affirmation. I am. So your blessing is Terry, your wife, who encouraged you to move forward, and you appreciate that because you get things done. Things are accomplished. What does that say about you? And you would say, I am. Just one word. One word.
I don't know. I can say like I'm a good person.
So you're a good person, and that's why Terry pushes you forward.
Because I think she sees in me things that I don't see about myself.
Okay, and like what things does she see? You think she sees?
She sees the strength that I can become a very even more successful person in business. In business, but also she sees that I can become more successful person in life.
So so you said strength and successful. So which of the two best affirms about who you are? Strength or successful?
Strength.
So then, and strength is like, what is the being of strength? Strong.
Being strong.
So you would say, I am strong.
An overcomer.
Yeah. So your blessing is Terry, who pushes you forward to get things done, and therefore you are strong, successful. That's your affirmation. And nobody, this is the beauty of it, nobody can take that away from you, because your blessing is the proof and evidence that you are successful. ¿Entiendes? So now you tell the world, I am strong, I'm successful. Tell it to yourself. Dile.
Well, I'm strong, I'm successful.
That's right.
You were messing with my head.
Well, gang, you heard it here first. Giovanny Garcia of Garcia Auto Care is a strong and successful man. So have a wonderful Friday. Thank you for coming on board with me tonight. I really enjoyed this. I look forward. Come out here, Westerville. I'll put the website down so everybody can go there so they can make appointments, right? Tell them your address and their website.
So the website for Garcia's Auto Care is a www.garciasautocare.com. And in the website you will find all the information you need about us and some of our customer testimony, some reviews, some part of my background, and it tells you, give you the address and everything about where we at.
At least give them their phone number.
Yeah, and it's a 614-949-2525.
All right, again, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Please like, share, comment here. Let the world know that gratitude gets to be respected, valued, and aware. I love you all. Bye-bye. A kiss from me to you. Otra vez. Together. Otro. Bye, everybody.